Hey everyone, Max or Silverhammer here. I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is going to be the coverage of my Silverhammer Blitz Open tournament. This is the first one that I'm going to be doing. I do hope to do another one of these later on this year. I might make it a 2-day event, as you will see at some points in this stream, as I did this continuously for the most part. I did start to lose some of my energy, as it is hard to shoutcast numerous games, that some lasting 10 minutes, some lasting almost an hour, with the finals lasting quite a long time. It was a very successful tournament, I think. I would like to think. I organized it fairly well. I think the players had fun, the spectators had fun, and I think it's a new and interesting dynamic that we've seen to this Stratego world. For those of you who don't know how this tournament was formatted, I made a tournament on the podium. One-day tournament for June 3rd. This took place on June 3rd. 12 players registered. One way or another, we made random seating brackets, and we did the games in sequential order. And yeah, that was basically it. It was streamed onto Twitch, which has never been done before for Stratego tournament. So I was happy to be the first to be able to do that. Seems like a lot of people received it really well. I've only gotten positive feedback on the event thus far, so I hope to see us be able to have a even more populated one in the future. Perhaps, like I said, taking place over 2 days instead of one. I hope you guys do enjoy this footage. You will see my commentary over the live footage of the live watch portion of the games. Thank you everyone who played. Thank you everyone who watched. And I will hope to see you later on in other tournaments in the Stratego world and other content that I come forth with in Stratego. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Stratego Discord or in the comment section of this video. Also leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the future videos. Later. Alright, this is very exciting. We will be seeing, of course, Broken Clock and the game has began. Oh, that's pretty loud. Alright, so we see Leah Fury opening in the center, and Josh with a scout. Okay, so it looks like there'll be some conflict on the left column. And the right column. So again, this is a very fast-paced game with 5 minutes of buffer. So these pieces will have to move very quickly. See a lot of scouts happening. Very common these days to use scouts pretty willingly. A lot of pressure being applied in the center. Let me just double check one thing really quick. Yep, I see no captain takes, major takes. Interesting. Okay, this game is going to very quickly, I feel like. A pretty aggressive blue pieces here in the center. Responding to this. It's a very good call by Josh. What is up? I pronounced your name wrong. I'm sorry. Windham, I believe. How are you doing? Welcome to the coverage. We're currently in game 1 with Leah Fury versus Broken Clock. Major takes. It's very equal. Some information has been given up. I don't think anything higher than a major has been exposed yet. Oh, wow. Colonel, I changed my mind on that. So Colonel has been exposed for a major from Broken Clock. And he's very confident in this piece. I can't remember where that came from. Wow, that's a very good call there. And then Colonel of Leah Fury has been exposed now on the left column as well. Colonel trade, okay. So it looks like it's a major for a lieutenant for Broken Clock. Otherwise, this game is fairly equal. This fast clock, I think, is making these players move a little bit faster than normal. Ooh, that bomb being discovered is going to be very good for Josh. And I'm sorry, this game will have to be a little bit... Very good start for Josh, I would agree, yes. I have to be a little bit more quiet as there are some people still sleeping, so I might be screaming on later in the day. We have 7 participants watching the stream, which is awesome, including, of course, none other than some very interesting players here. So another captain being exposed in the right column. Typical. I guess we lost a sergeant. And, oh, yeah, I remember seeing that sergeant get taken. So really, he's just up a major. Yeah, Nightwolf and Rask, yep. Very, very interesting individuals. Now, these players are moving still very fast. Another colonel being exposed. Oh, wow, that's a very risky move from Leah Fury here in the center with his colonel that just got exposed. That's going to be devastating. Now he's down a colonel and a major. I definitely think he should be taking a little bit of time here. He does still have 4.5 minutes to sort of make some moves here, make something happen. He's going to have to be very strategic about how he reveals his marshal in general at this point. That's a very unfortunate step for his colonel there. I think, though, that, you know, he still has fighting chances, given that he has some informational advantage now with the general in the center there. Maybe he can propose some sort of counterattack. It would have been probably slightly better if it was the marshal, but sometimes it is what it is. Okay, sergeant takes. Was it a scout? And another colonel is exposed. Oh, another major's taken. Will we see a general or marshal exposed? No. Wow. Really? Surely we see a marshal general here. If no, this is okay. This is not good. As Leah Fury is now down a colonel and 2 majors. This is really tough. This is going to be very tough to come back against versus Broken Clock. So I figured for sure that he would have a marshal or general there at least to collect that colonel, but I suppose not. We have a prediction on G7 for the spy. Yeah, I think that's fairly obvious. Guarding the general. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty big deficit in pieces, unfortunately. It's going to be very hard for Leah Fury to make a counterattack here. Although this is a fairly there's a pretty big disparity in ELO here, so perhaps it wasn't the absolute best matchup for Leah Fury, but this is how we get better, right? Maybe he has a trick up his sleeve that Josh is maybe not ready for. I think maybe the best thing that could happen... Oh, man, that's really tough. His last major being exposed. Perhaps he has some chances with a general blitz on this side, clearing as many pieces as possible. I think Lotto might have to be... I would take E7 on a piece, yeah. Is Marshall exposed? So Marshall is not even in the center. Interesting. It's going to allow his general to be a little bit more aggressive now. I don't see why Josh, as soon as he's able to, would not move forward with his general in the center now. Once Leah Fury no longer has initiative to chase here, this piece on A8. Yep, and that's exactly what he's going to do, probably. Oh, interesting. Maybe he was looking for the general as well. Yeah, this is a very tough moment in the match. Okay, general swap. Interesting that he would pose as general opposed, but interesting. Yep, the spy is a very good guess on E7 here, or sorry, G7. Now G8. Right. This could be. This really couldn't be anything. This can't be anything higher than a captain. Unfortunately. Yeah, this is unfortunately probably going to be. Marshal is trapping Colonel over here probably. And here comes the Major as a lieutenant. So now he's just down a Colonel and 2 Majors with, unfortunately, no compensation. Yep, there's the last. And Broken Clock still has 3 Majors. 2 have been exposed here in the center. So this is going to be a tough match for him to come back from. It looks like he's going to start lottoing with his Marshal, perhaps. The spy should still be over here somewhere. I believe H8. And the Marshal finds a bomb. This was most assuredly going to be GG, unfortunately, at this point. But he will fight on. He does still have this last Major here, so he can trade here. Yeah, this is definitely, unfortunately, very, very slim now. There goes the spy. We should probably see, yep, Major swap. But unfortunately, at this point, he is completely just up 4 power pieces and can block all lanes, so I don't think there's any compensation or anything here for Marshal on the column here. Yep, I mean, yeah, this is a tough game to watch, for sure. Yep, and that's going to be it. As Leah Fury does resign in this position versus Broken Clock. GG's to both players. Or the other players. Okay, the game has already started. Yeah, so it's too late for that. Okay, sorry. I'm going to stop replying to people now. Yeah, it's too late now. I cannot ask them to do that, and I also need to do... Oh, shit. This is going pretty fast here. Sorry about that. Alright, so we've seen some scouts being exchanged in the center. Yes, yes, yes. You can watch the stream coverage. Winner has left the chat, so it's fine. Lieutenant, okay. Yeah, I tried to get them to make it enabled, but unfortunately they did not do that, so the only coverage we can see is the one right here. So I'm sorry. So Winner is being pretty aggressive with his pieces in the center. This is a very intense matchup here for both players. I would like to think they're pretty close in elo and strength. So it'll be very interesting to see who can squeak out the win here. I know Winner is a very aggressive individual, and if he can't make it past this game versus Warlock, one of his tougher opponents, this might be tough for him. Warlock is also a very strong player, obviously. So, I think this will be a very good game. Nothing too crazy happening so far. I think this will also be a little bit longer than... Captain trade. Okay. This is a pretty equal game so far. We have a lieutenant for a minor. Colonel being exposed from Warlock for a scout. That's kind of very good for winter. Interesting. Warlock taking a risk there with the lieutenant to reveal a captain. He's going to pin that up there. And he will possibly take. Not just yet. Sorry, I will probably have to divide this stream into 2 days, which is just really frustrating, but whatever. And I don't even know if I can do that, but it's going to be really, really upsetting. I thought I had coverage for my kids, but of course I don't. I might get lucky and let them... I might just have to take a break. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. We're going to have to take a longer break so I can go get them and I can have them be in the other room, but that's the best I can do. So, all right, that's in the future, though. So Winter's using some time here. We exposed a second colonel now for a sergeant. Very interesting. I can't remember if this piece is moved here on A4 or not, honestly, for if this is possibly a bomb. I don't think Winter has exposed even a major yet, so this is a very good informational piece grab for Winter. Very similar time situations here. Both have used about 40 seconds on their clock. So this is going to be... Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good today. So, kind of a bit of a stalemate game right now until someone wants to take a risk. I think the initiative is set to be for Winter, as he knows the whereabouts of Warlock's, both of Warlock's colonels. So he's going to have to generate some counterattack now, or even just attack in general. Okay. Captain Trade in the center, exposing a lane here. Could see some scout action going on here from either player. Maybe not just yet. Let me check to make sure. But yes, welcome everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Like I was saying, this is a very critical match for both these players here, as they're very similar in strength. Both have used about a minute of buffer at this point, which is very precious in this tournament. But it's proven not to be an issue just yet. The developer of the site was trying to make it so that you could have everyone view the games, that if they were tournament games, but he wasn't able to get that done, so it's okay. We have my stream. What's up, Hunter? Bull. So, more tough decisions being placed here. Scout gets fired here against this lieutenant. And we're going to see some pieces coming up against Winter's pieces here. As we see a threat here, a double threat here on this piece here. And a major takes. General is exposed. So now Warlock's put in a tough spot. He's up a major, but he is now... Wow, he has now exposed all 4 of his biggest pieces on the board. Marshal, General, and both Colonels. This is going to be to Winter's pretty good benefit for only having to lose a major for a captain. This will put Warlock into a perpetual slow game now, as Winter will have to initiate some sort of counterattack here. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. So this could turn into a shuffle game for a little bit here as both players try to get is to go to player info and turn it on. No. So I wasn't okay. So Cryptic, you're sort of correct. I said that they had to turn it on so I could at least view it. That was the whole point of the tournament, is so that I can view it at least. I didn't know that was an option by default, because these players both have it turned off. So, yeah, that was the primary thing there. So I'm not going to hold them accountable to it. I was only going to hold them accountable to it if it wasn't available to me by default as the tournament manager. But, you know, we have there's some kiddos now. So okay, Winter's General is exposed here on the left. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up. But so I probably will not hold them accountable to that, just because so we will see what happens. A lot of pieces being taken now all of a sudden. I believe this is his colonel here. But I understand how it can be frustrating that other people cannot view it, but if you can view the stream, it's just as good. So I would say the only benefit is that Warlock has a few more seconds on the clock here. But Winter is in a very good spot, information-wise, I would say. He knows his Marshal and both Colonels. And very risky with this piece. I thought this might not be the Marshal anymore, but unfortunately I've been distracted with a few things, trying to see if someone's going to be able to watch the kids at noon today for me. Yep. So, but it's not going to be able to happen, unfortunately. So, sorry, I'm like really distracted right now. Okay, so Winter is moving a lot of pieces at this point. He's exposing moved piece information to Warlock, which might be detrimental in the future. So we'll see. We'll see if this plays a part. I don't think any bombs have been exposed for either player yet, so very typical higher level setups here. No first or second row bombs, presumably, so far, which is interesting. Warlock does have a full minute on the clock versus Winter, which could also prove to be decisive in this game. So we will see how that and Colonel is being risked here, although I think all the pieces are known, so again, it's not too much of a risk if he's remembered where the Marshal and General are. Which I believe Wow. I'm not sure if that spy had moved yet. But wow. Very this is going to be very difficult for Warlock now to hold in this game, unfortunately, as he is down massive information advantage here, still being down the Marshal knowledge. He does have a major for 2 captains, but he is down 2 captains and a lieutenant, which is definitely not ideal, especially versus someone like Winter. So maybe he can use some of this to squeak out something. Unfortunately, in the midst of me trying to figure some of this other stuff out, I apologize, but I myself have lost track of where some pieces are. So okay, so he's found his other colonel. So at this point, Warlock knows almost as much as Winter does. The only thing that's in the air now for Warlock is his Marshal, which is even worse now that he no longer has his spy. So that could prove to be very decisive in this match as well. So like Warlock has managed to bust into Winter's side here. Another major. I think he might have known that major. Maybe it's a different one. I haven't been able to pay enough attention. Interesting risk there from Winter. He's going to trap this piece, perhaps? No? Interesting. Finds a bomb there. I think that's the first bomb that's been found. Very interesting. So as we shift more now into a sort of late game for both players. Looks like the generals are going to be caught up over here. Or actually, I think one of these is Warlock's general, if I'm correct. Problem is Warlock does have to walk on some sort of eggshells, as he doesn't know still where Winter's Marshal is. The thing with Winter is it could be any of these pieces, or it could be something that hasn't even been exposed yet. So we have 2 majors here in the center, as Warlock is now down 2 captains and 2 lieutenants for 2 sergeants, which is very tough. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. We got 10 viewers here now, which is awesome. Just making sure that... Yeah, okay. Oh, looks like the colonels got exchanged. Majors exchange. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, Warlock is still up that major. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to be down 4 pieces from the captains and loots. It'll be very tough at this point as the information is starting to dwindle in importance. But it is going to become even precisely more predictable for Warlock and his pieces as he's running out of pieces to play with at this point. He's lost over half of his army at this point. So he will have to... he's going to have to try to... And he has a known bomb as well, which does not help. So he's going to have to try something here in the center for sure. Winner still has his spy as well, which is never good. It's never helpful. Well, it looks like this piece on F8 is definitely in the setup for now. Not sure if that's his marshal or one of his majors. I would say definitely at this point, Warlock is going to have to get at least 1 piece for each major before they're either swapped or shown. If not, this is going to turn to be very, very tough. The clock situation, though, is very tough for Winner as he is down a full minute and a half on the clock. That, like I keep saying, that could prove decisive in this match if he has to make a guess and spends a little bit more time on it. Oh, yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin there, unfortunately. Winner has exposed his marshal to capture one of Warlock's remaining majors. And with that, the material advantage for Winner might be too cumbersome for Warlock to overcome at this point. As he is still yet down those captains and loots. He's going to be taking a spy here. But unfortunately, there isn't much compensation for Warlock. That was probably the pivotal move over here, finally revealing the marshal for a major. Perhaps a very good read by Winner or guess. Now the marshal is going to be pressuring these pieces here for Warlock in his base. Picking up an extra sergeant there is not bad, but it will probably not be enough. Although Warlock does still have his marshal in this game, he's not completely down and out. His marshal is known, though, so it should be either... This is his major. Should be this piece, probably. Here comes, most assuredly, a captain. Wow, that's really unlucky. Warlock is now up 4 sergeants, though. So it's 4 for 4. So it's technically... It's not even, but it's... The time situation, it might be even. If Warlock can find a way to perhaps stall out this game long enough for Winner to make some mistakes with his captains and loots, it might be enough to tip the scale in his favor. I anticipate a lot of shuffling and chasing on Warlock's part, as there's very tough for him to create initiative at this point. He might try something here with another miner, but miner swap. He is down to his last 2 miners, so Warlock has to be slightly careful with his miners here for sure. Now we don't see Winner coming over with his marshal to protect this side. This might be a very bad guess for Warlock here on a C10 flag here, but he might be going for it anyways, as he is going to be committing here. It looks like a miner to this B10 bomb, and it is a lieutenant, not a bomb, bringing Warlock down to 1 remaining miner. This is very tough. I don't anticipate that Winner would have an open flag for a game of this high stakes, but it could very well be the case, as we do see that Perhaps Warlock might be... I'm not really sure what's happening here. It looks like he might be attempting a Lotto D10 here, which would be very interesting if he decides to do so. He does pick up a lieutenant, so now he is only down 2 captains and 1 lieutenant, as opposed to 2 captains and 2 lieutenants just a moment ago. Is up 4 sergeants. Does go ahead and Lotto a minor here. Very decisive Lotto there, as we do see this piece now decide to move over to the left onto B9. And as we see, these last 2 majors going to be chasing each other down. He is going to have to Lotto with this major, though, as if he does allow his major to be trapped, it will probably be too much for him to overcome versus the two captains that Winner still has, and lieutenant, that he can lane block with. He's got to get his pieces activated quick enough before Winner can get his captain and remaining lieutenant onto the field to completely overwhelm Warlock in this position. A minute and a half advantage here for Warlock, as it looks like the pieces are already starting to form into position here, as Warlock does make a bad guess with a bomb, and that is going to be GG. Winner taking the W here in game 2. Warlock not able to hold on, and in this position Warlock will resign versus Winner. Very well fought match for both players, I believe. We saw a very decisive match versus Leah Fury at Broken Clock, and a very close match versus of course Winner versus Warlock, but Winner was able to squeak out a win. And we see Tony Law very aggressive here at the start here with a captain going to be finding a bomb here on A3, which is going to be very good for Unseen Hero, as finding a bomb with a captain is not ideal. You probably want to find it with a lieutenant or less. So that's going to be very good for him, I feel like. Tony Law looking like he might be very aggressive with his pieces on the left-hand side, perhaps trying to form a martial blitz of some sort, exposing a lieutenant. And this is going to be very good for Unseen Hero, that he might be up a captain and a lieutenant this early on in the game for only having to reveal a bomb and captain. This could prove difficult, as we do see Unseen Hero with 2 very front row bombs. However, this could be bad for his Lotto luck chances versus Tony Law later in this game, as we do see 2 bombs already exposed and a second lieutenant exposed and a captain recapture. So Tony Law 42 already down 2 captains and 2 lieutenants in this game. Very tough situation to be in for not an insane amount of advantage in terms of information, as 2 captains, 2 bombs have been exposed for that information. But as we do see, Unseen Hero now down 4 scouts, revealing a sergeant on I2 there. And it looks like Tony Law is attempting to attack on both lanes, keeping Unseen Hero guessing a little bit. But as we have seen, a bomb exposed on A3 and J4, very interesting. And if this is a wedge for him, this could interesting. Okay, baby. Okay, I see. Another scout coming now for Tony Law. Well, I guess not another, but a scout. Using the knowledge that this is a bomb to his advantage, this could be a very good piece here. Yep, the general is exposed on B4, capturing another sergeant here with his captain. Up 3 captains now, Unseen Hero is, so he's going to be able to be very risky with his captains here, hoping to grab some information from some colonels, or perhaps even a major would be decent at this point. But his general is now exposed on B4, and perhaps Tony Law can use this to create some counterattack initiative on the right-hand side with his general of his own, perhaps, given that he is in a bit of a tough spot here with his pieces. Hi, Domin. I was hoping to see you the streaming side of the Twitch. I was hoping to see you on the streaming side of Twitch rather than the chatting side. Quite an aggressive opening, yes. Tony Law has been very aggressive with his pieces. Clock times are very similar here. I hope everyone likes my shoutcasting. I'll be able to be a little bit more loud and hype here in about 30 minutes when people have left. Thank you for joining the stream. We're here currently in Game 3, where we see Unseen Hero versus Tony Law 42, and Unseen Hero has a very early advantage here, now capturing a minor from Tony Law. This is very tough to see, as Tony Law is down 3 captains and 2 lieutenants. This early in the game could be very detrimental, and really with no compensation. I think we know a general on C4, but that might be it. Let me make sure that we don't have any suspicious people in the chat here. Nope, it doesn't seem like anybody out of the ordinary is in the chat. We see a major being exposed now on F4 for a, looks like a scout. So at this point, Unseen Hero is honestly just absorbing his advantage and trying to stay in his base, it looks like. I don't blame him with being up this much material. I think that Tony Law has not even revealed as much as a major at this point. So maybe he was trying to use his weaker pieces to get a little bit more information than he actually did. Unfortunately. Okay, we'll see you a little bit later, Pim. Thanks for stopping by. And we will see. The games are going a little bit quicker than I anticipated, though, so your game might be slightly sooner. Excuse me. So we see some shuffling commencing here. Tony Law is going to be very uneager to want to attack Unseen Hero at this point. But he might just have to make something happen here, as Unseen Hero definitely has the initiative here with a massive material lead. We got to remember that we do have 2 bombs exposed for Unseen Hero. Which if Tony Law is able to squeak out one more bomb here in the front 2 rows, that could prove very decisive for Tony Law to have better lotto chances versus the red setup here. And we do see the final lieutenant of Tony Law is being captured here from a captain in the center here on E6. And Marshall trade, very unexpected swap there. We do see the general now getting very aggressive for Tony Law here, as maybe he will be able to reclaim some of these pieces, and he might have some decent lotto chances, as I just mentioned, with this general, as he should not be expecting hardly any more bombs in the vicinity of where his general is currently on H4, and this is going to be interesting to see how Unseen Hero attempts to progress this game, as I'm sure he will be attempting to get his general of his own over there to start swapping, as we do see Tony Law, again, taking some very good risks with his general here. I don't know about G2. That was a little bit risky, but he is going to be absorbing a major here and getting right back into this game, as he is now only down 2 captains and 3 lieutenants, but going to be able to grab a major here. I don't know about hitting E2, though. This could be a very misplay here for him. He's going to evade hitting E2 for now. He was able to collect a captain and a major with this known general now, as Unseen Hero is attempting to get his general in position here to counterattack and swap generals here with Tony Law here in the middle. But I don't think Tony Law will be interested in that happening before he can get a few more pieces, of course, first. As Unseen Hero is now going to have to sort of perhaps create some own initiative, as the can of worms has definitely been blown open here. It'll be interesting to see how both these players will like to... Where's Unseen Hero's general? I believe it's got to be either C4, I believe, or C3 or D4. One of these 3 pieces. So we do see a captain being traded for bomb information here. Is it looks like that maybe Unseen Hero might be trying to find some lotto chances of his own for some reason. But we do see the favor being returned for Tony Law, as now captains of Unseen Hero are finding bombs on the blue setup. with this general, creating a very dominant presence in Red's base here as the marshals have been swapped. Now on e4, traveling to c4. I'm not sure if he's trying to go for a swap here, or maybe he forgot his general, but I'm pretty sure Red's general, Unseen Hero, should be over in this section. As he does take the spy, which is not very... Yeah, I was going to say c3. Interesting decision by Tony Law at this point to go ahead and swap those generals. Maybe he was hoping for a slightly better piece than a spy before the swap. But as a spy is no longer even somewhat useful in this game. As we do see Tony Law beginning to retreat out of this position and back up into into this position. He might have some interesting lotto chances here with this colonel on I2. Might have opted for J3 as opposed to I2, as the piece is probably equally the same, but you have a slightly better chance of actually getting a piece on J2 or J3. Sorry, as we know that the bomb is there on J4. Maybe, although it is possible that Unseen Hero might have been trying to do some sneaky plays with a double bomb on J4 and J3 here, as the time clock is very interesting here. We got Tony Law with a few more seconds on the clock here. We do see Unseen Hero making a massive blunder here for no reason, finding a bomb on B9 with a colonel. Very, very interesting play here, as we do see Tony Law's final colonel being exposed here on C9 next to that bomb, and we do see Unseen Hero tapping out and resigning in this position versus Tony Law. Very unexpected end to this game. I have absolutely no idea why he decided to lotto B9 with his colonel. Maybe he felt like he had no choice. But in this position, Unseen Hero will resign versus Tony Law 42 in this game after that colossal setback with his colonel on B9. GG's. All right, and the game has started. So Ides leave the stream. I don't think he's watching the stream. But... No, I didn't want to do that, damn it. I think he left. Okay. Alright. Let me see if I can force him out. Okay, we see some colonel action. Sweet. Alright, so there's a lot. This game is moving very quickly. Players are moving very... Basically, the Black Cat's already cleared 2 rows back there. Got a couple scouts used by Ides here. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Although, Macy the Black Cat, this is a newer player. That's what the developer told me. Hasn't played any tournaments yet. Wow. That is... I think that was already scouted, wasn't it? That was already scouted. Okay. I was like, Jesus. Cardinal coming in now for Macy the Black Cat on, J4. Oh, man. As we do see, wow, pretty risky there with that colonel. We do see a colonel swap. Ides is up the captain, though, and down 2 sergeants. So this is a fairly even game at this point. As not much more information has been exposed. We do see him having lost 1 bomb, though. We'll see if that matters later in the game. Ides moving... I mean, these players must have very aggressive sides over here, just moving all their pieces over here. Very interesting to see the entire J column has moved for both players. Just to feel the bombs over here for Macy the Black Cat. GG's. I mean, this is a very interesting game. This is why it's so cool to have these tournaments. We do see a major expose for Ides here. for what looks like a lieutenant, right? I5. Possibly. Yep. Just so much pressure on these I and J columns from both players wanting to create some initiative here. Another piece being brought up from Macy the Black Cat on the J file here. Oh my goodness. This is intense. Ides looking to try and break the tension a little bit by creating some initiative here in the center. And we do see not a capture. Oh, Sergeant being revealed here on E6. Getting that scout, very interesting bluff catcher there. Maybe he was trying to find a colonel or general there. Not quite sure. As he's going to sink that sergeant back into that setup. He doesn't want to be picked off by a captain or lieutenant at this point, of course. We've shifted the focus more towards the center here, as we do see a capture with a captain here on the center files here. Very interesting plays here from both players, as I'm surprised that he didn't have a piece there to be able to capture a captain on F4. But as we do see, now Ides shifting over here. Now we see takes. Major being revealed for Macy the Black Cat on A7. As this game starts to become more and more open and aggressive here. As we do see many pieces being moved here by both players, where it would be Lotto prone if given the opportunity in this setup. We can probably guess on some like bomb on G7 type stuff going on here, maybe even C7 from Macy the Black Cat. And Ides might be trying to attempt some trickery here with a double front row bomb here, maybe G4 or H4. It's not likely, but it could be. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't change the damn sign. Hold on, I'll fix that. I will fix that. We're all working on. I'm learning. Well, I'm not learning. I'm just trying to not be a scrub. Hold on. I forgot to change this. This is actually a very long card. My bad, chat. Call me a scrub. Thank you, Winner, for pointing that out to me. We do see a colonel being revealed here, E5 from Macy the Black Cat. This is now turned into the colonel's the highest thing that's been revealed here. Pretty sure, wasn't that captain known? I'm not sure. A couple scouts being traded off as we see these players being ultra conservative, not being too aggressive here. He's saying that he can take a colonel here with this piece on F. Oh, a colonel of his own. Very good maneuver here by Ides, as he's going to now attempt to swap here with Macy the Black Cat. Maybe even bringing out his general or marshal here to capitalize on the position here just a little bit more. Perhaps it's not quite a colonel, though, or a general marshal. You would think, though, that this would most likely be one of those pieces here now on E5. As we do see the swap occur, all colonels off the board at this point. Marshal and general still hidden for both players, to the best of my knowledge. As we do see the Ides, though, up a captain and a lieutenant. Down 3 sergeants, though, could prove to be pretty decisive in this game. We're seeing a similar setup here as we did with Unseen Hero and Tony Law. As we do see the scout come over, we're going to start to see some counterplay here from Ides. Sergeant does get taken. It looks like he might have remembered that from earlier. And we'll see how this game progresses. The left column has not been even close to remotely important in this game, as we do see the marshal being revealed for the last sergeant of Ides, as we do see takes. Major being taken on A7 there for the general swap. Very good play for Ides, as he's now going to be up a full major in this game. And we do see some pieces being here now. Marshal being revealed as well. I4 for a captain. As we do see both marshals being revealed here on the fourth rank. And Ides what can honestly be described as probably a better position here, although it is very close given how many sergeants he is down, and he's down a minor. But he is up. Oh my goodness, and now Macy the Black Cat lottoing a major into F2. That is going to be very problematic for him, as he's now down 2 full majors with almost next to no compensation, as the major marshals are both revealed in this game. He's going to be trying to scout, it appears to be E2, to see if he has any lotto chances here. He does have to be slightly careful, as 2 bombs are present on the second rank here on E and F2, as he does have to be slightly wary, as the spy does still exist on this board. He cannot just be lottoing willy-nilly. It's very likely that at this point this spy could easily be on C2 somehow, which I don't see how that would be the case. Thank you everyone for joining this stream. Make sure you leave a follow on the stream for more coverage in the future as well for Stratego. We do see pieces getting very aggressive here on the 3rd and 4th ranks, taking some risks here. This could very well be a minor for Macy the Black Cat on E3, trying to get some last-minute chances here versus the Ides, who is in a very dominant position now, being up 2 full majors. And we do see the last major being revealed here for Macy the Black Cat on E4, capturing that minor. And if Macy the Black Cat might have some compensation if he does have a bombed-in flag, as we do see the marshal taking a risk here, capturing that major. Not sure why. Oh yeah, this is complete and total chaos at this point. Just so many bad things happening for Macy the Black Cat here in the last bit of this game, as there is absolutely no compensation, and this is definitely a lost game at this point, being up a marshal in 3 full majors. Unfortunately, there is no counterplay whatsoever here for Macy the Black Cat, unfortunately. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but even still, I mean, I think it's worth it to be up the last... I guess my point is I think it's worth it to be up the last major. And yeah, in this position, Macy the Black Cat will resign versus Ides of March. And very interesting and fast-paced game at this level. Was very interesting. Both players took some risks, I guess. Seen another lotto today on F2. I guess it wasn't a terrible lotto, but where are you doing this stream? Looks like the closet. Yeah, this is where my setup is. I have my second chair here for guest appearances. Usually just my wife. I got oh, and here we go. No more chatting for anything else. Round 2, game 5 now underway. Nikolakios versus Broken Clock, and we do see some developments in all lanes so far. Scouts swapped and swapped. We do start to see some development on the right lane here for both players, and now the left lane, and possibly even the middle lane. Very intense game already, attacking on all 3 fronts. This is going to be the 3rd scout remove for both players. Okay, and 7Cs has left the chat, so he's good. And we do see a lieutenant being lost here for Broken Clock versus the captain. Nikolakios going up a lieutenant in this early in the game. And he's going to retreat all the way with that captain all the way in the back here. We're exposing Nico's major here on, D7. Now on E7, we do see Broken Clock coming up with some captains. He's risked 2 lieutenants to find a captain and major here in the center here. Now back to D7 as we see some more developments here. Now risking a sergeant. Broken Clock does not give a shit about any of Nico's pieces. Come on, Nikolakios, I don't want to play against Josh. GG's. GG's. I mean, hey, Nico has some good winning chances here. He is top 50 on the site. He is no scrub by any means. He is definitely a solid player. He's being very risky here with this piece on F5. Let's see what's going to happen. He's pulling the major back out into the open here, on the open file here. E7 putting it back in, as we might see a stall game here from Nico, as he is not sure how to continue when he knows no information of Josh's. Basically just a captain from what I recall on I4. And we will see that the development will begin to start happening here on the B and A files, or ranks, or files, yeah, sorry. So we do see that Nico is trying to get some advance here on Broken Clock. We're going to see a hit happen here. Lieutenant being revealed here for and a Lieutenant swap. Pretty ideal here for Nico, as he was able to get a scout for that Lieutenant, which is not bad after the swap. Very good situation for him. Obviously, I'm sure Josh would have preferred a Sergeant to come up there, but it looks like that was not the case. As we do see Josh being very aggressive here, encroaching in on Nico's setup. We haven't seen either player hardly use any buffer time yet in this game, as I guess not too many important decisions have had to been made yet. And of course we see a Colonel being revealed here for Broken Clock in the center, capturing that Captain now. Very aggressive Colonel on E7. Now he's going to be retreating as D8 could have possibly been a Marshal or General spawn, and Nico not going to chase it too much further. It does make sense that it could be a Marshal General backing that Major there that spawned on D7. As we do see the Colonel retreating now all the way back to E4. And Josh will be trying with some other pieces coming up the center now to see if he can't bait and bleed Nico's scouting pieces just a little bit more. As I predicted, could have been a scout there on F5. As we do see now more pieces being developed by Nico towards the center here, as he sees that the game is shifting more towards the center at this point. We do see a miner being gobbled up by Nico. Very good grab there. Not bad at all. So we do see Josh still down 2 lieutenants in this game for a captain. But he does know where a good piece might be. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Josh decides to continue in this game, as he is technically at a deficit here, both information and material-wise to Nico. Very interesting to see at this point in the game. Decisions have to be made here, as Nico is seemingly playing pretty sharp here and very risk adverse, which is probably the way to go against someone like Broken Clock. As we do see an advance being made here on the I-file. We do see the Colonel moving back into this game. Colonel gets revealed here. We might see a swap, as Josh is not interested in a swap here. Do see a Captain takes and Major takes. Now for a little bit more of an even playing field, as now Josh is slippery sloping his way back to, sort of a even playing field, sort of. And do you see the scouts being exchanged? 1 scout remaining for each player, as those scouts do go very quick at the higher level plays, or even just in general on this site. I feel like they go way faster than they did on Stratego.com. So we do see Broken Clock activating some of his pieces over here on the right side of the board. And we do see a lieutenant swap. So Josh is now completely out of lieutenants. Very interesting to see that he is attempting to come up with as many pieces as he can to bleed these weaker pieces from Nico, but Nico is not buying it. He is saying, I see your weak pieces. I don't care even if this is a captain, because I'm up to 2 lieutenants. And he's completely fine risking lieutenants here versus Josh. He is down the sergeant, but he is up that minor. So it's a very even game here at this point, as both players have revealed a colonel, and Nico has revealed one of his majors as well over there, I believe now in G8, or on that right side, as we do see Nico now getting very aggressive here on the B file. He will retreat now, not pursuing it any further. This game is sort of slowed to a crawl, as Nico does not want to give up any portion of his advantage here with the lieutenants, as he knows that Josh is desperately scheming a counterattack here to try and get back some of his smaller pieces with perhaps a major at this point, to shave off some of those smaller pieces so he can possibly get somewhat of an advantage back in this game. He does know, however, the whereabouts of 2 decent pieces of Nico, as the Colonel swap did not happen. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Nico decides to continue. He does get aggressive with this piece here on J7 now, and Josh is going to respect it and back up. Yeah, I would agree. Josh definitely. Josh is a solid Stratego player. There's no getting around it. As we do see the Marshal being revealed for Nico For a scout, the final scout of Josh is a very good guess, I suppose, as he could have been getting at least a captain, given the scout odds there. But no, Josh guessing correctly. Now revealing the Marshal for Nico. This is going to become problematic for Nico now, as that's not enough compensation to reveal your Marshal, most likely in this type of match. As now, he will have to keep that Marshal dead center there, so he can ward off any possible general counterattacks from Josh. Very interesting discovery there, of course, for Josh. Now we do see the Marshal being revealed, a Colonel and a Major now for Nico, and this is going to be very interesting to see how Nico attempts to continue in this game, as he is down the information quite heavily at this point. Taking a very big gamble with that scout. Or actually, I think, yeah, he took the scout, I think. I could be wrong, maybe. And now the General being revealed here for Broken Clock, for an equally weak piece here for a Sergeant. We do see Josh getting aggressive with his General, committing to the setup here. Very interesting play here, as we do see that J3 could possibly be a bomb here for Josh. And we're going to see just exactly what kind of play he might be trying to go for here. But at the time being, Nico does have Josh's General pinned and trapped in a position here on I-8. It's going to be difficult for him to get out of that, as Nico will most assuredly draw this game to a halt with some very stalling tactics here, forcing Josh to continue this game further. So we do see another piece coming up here. He can't move next to that Marshal. Most assuredly, Nico will take it. I6 is not the spy. Yeah, that's very true. He wouldn't want to be that risky. We do see a bomb being revealed here now on E8. Very interesting bomb placement. Very unordinary. That's definitely a very safe lotto to hit with a Sergeant here. Now Josh is going to have to think very hard about what he wants to do at this point in the game. Although he is looking like he wants to create some sort of initiative here with this piece, maybe unsticking his Marshal, as he is getting his General out of this position. Maybe he thinks he has enough information to generate some sort of counterattack, as he is very much telling the story that this is his spy. But I don't think that it possibly could be. If this is actually the spy, this would be very incredible. I mean, he's definitely going to... Wow! Wow! That actually ended up being the spy. That is insane. Nikolakios Marshal improves to being one of the best pieces on the board. And now, Josh is going to have to make some very good initiative here with this General on the left-hand side, while Nico's Marshal is out of position. Perhaps maybe Josh can create just enough counterplay to get himself back in this game, as he is still down this Lieutenant. But he's not as big of a deficit as he once was just a moment ago. The only problem I see is that I believe Nico is going to have his General waiting for Josh on this side. That's not why he's not scrambling his Marshal at this point. It does look like he's trying to offer a trade here. Josh is definitely going to want to get a couple pieces up now that he is down the spy. And we do see a captain being picked up at least, as now Josh will be up a captain for the Lieutenant. And we do see, wow, Josh is going to go ahead and reveal his Marshal for a minor. This is, it is an even game though. Colonel trade. And we do see both Marshals. Wow! Josh lottoing his Marshal onto G9. I honestly, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. This has turned this game from possibly okay. Now this is very, very bad, as Nico's Marshal is now invincible, as both Josh's spy and Marshal are off the board. He must have thought it moved, yeah, I guess. No other explanation, yeah. This is definitely interesting to see how this game is going. This looks like maybe a Colonel exchange here. Of course, at this point, as we know, Josh is not in the mood to trade off any more pieces, only gaining a scout for that colonel. And now he's going to have to make something happen here with his majors in the end game. Josh is definitely not down and out, as he is still up the captain for the lieutenant, but he is down at this point a full marshal, a full power piece. It is definitely not over. He definitely thought it moved. We see a major swap. Nico is going to be doing everything in his power to swap as many pieces off this board as he possibly can, so that Josh has absolutely no initiative and advantage here. It's his marshal is very controlling of the board on G7, even if it is out of the way. Josh is now in this position where he's gonna have to make something happen here. And this is very, very incredible to see. Yeah, stop trading. Definitely needs to stop trading at this point, as he is not... Okay, he is going to let this piece get through, as we do see the marshal now cramping down here on H8. Are we going to see Josh Lotto here once again on I9, or I10, sorry. I don't even know if this piece, whatever it could even be, is even worth it. As we do see the final major of Nico most likely on E5 at this point. No reason to bluff anymore, as he is looking like he wants to bring over his major. Although he may have diverted, as Josh's in-game tactics are very good. This is probably not going to be the major here on I9, as he has subverted all his good pieces over here. Oh my god! Jesus! Nikolakios with the bluff! Making Josh feel as though his major is countered. I9 and able to scoop up one last captain. A very decisive win here for Nico. Oh my goodness. That is insane. And in this position, Broken Clock will surrender versus Nikolakios. Wow. That was a game. Holy shit. Having you convinced that he was bringing over his major to help his marshal capture that piece. We do see... No more time for chatting. We do see the game underway. Winner versus Strategus from Greece. Winner with the red piece is Strategus with the blue. We do see advancements on the left and center lanes, as we do see Winner being very aggressive here with his beginning pieces. Scouts being exchanged. Typical. And we do see a opening major from Strategus. Very unfortunate for Winner to be down a captain this early in the game for just a major. But we will see how Winner decides to respond to this major in the center lane here. Very unlikely starting piece, as we do see more scouts being exchanged off the board. As we go further into... Okay, yeah, he did leave the stream. Good. Just making sure. As we do see this game developing even further. Now on the right lane, as it's kind of stalled to a halt for Winner in the center, as he does not have a piece to deal with this major. We do see a major being revealed here. A lieutenant being revealed. Takes with the captain. So we do see both players giving up one major of information, and now Winner a captain, and now Winner a second major on the right column. Winner being very aggressive with his own majors here in this game. Not very typical of him, I feel like. Couple of scouts being exchanged, both players down to 3 scouts remaining. So Winner is going to be attempting to generate some sort of attack here with this known information to both sides. As we do see Winner going with the troll opening. Double. Well, he didn't have a double open major. The Dobby attack. All 3 majors in play. Let's get as much information as we can. No. I think he had one opening major. Strategus had an opening major here on, F7. But I think Winner had a major on B3 to start. So, I mean, it's pretty close. It's a captain for a lieutenant. There is absolutely no decisive mistakes yet, of course. Both players very similar time controls. Both used about 15 seconds. We do see a risk being taken here with the major here in the center. As a third major gets revealed from Winner, He is going for the Dobby attack, as he will be using all 3 majors at this point in the game, unless he's already moved his left major over, but I'm pretty sure his major's still here on A5. We have a major at A5, F6, and now J5. As we do see Winner attempting some massive strategy here, as he's revealed all 3 majors already. Although Strategos not very far behind him, as he's revealed 2 majors himself now with that exchange. We do see that the major still persists on E7, I believe, unless that was the one that came from F7 to start. But I could be totally wrong. As I've been trying to shoutcast this match, I can't remember every single piece that's moved so far. Winner, very interesting to see him use 3 majors like this. Very uncommon to see higher level players expose so many majors so quickly. But I guess he thinks he has good chances against Strategos here. So he's willing to create an unorthodox strategy. Perhaps Strategos was not expecting Winner to be this aggressive with his majors in the beginning. So we do see the Dobby attack. I love it. We're scouting the lieutenant there on A8. Let me see here. And if you are watching this stream, make sure you drop a follow, as I will be doing more Stratego content and live coverage of more tournaments as much as I can in the future. So you should definitely be doing that. You see sort of a stalling game happening now, as both players are not quite sure how to continue. We do see the Marshal being revealed with the scout now. Marshal advancing into Winner's setup here on E5, F5. Winner getting a very good piece of information here, although that piece is going to be very dominant in the center here, as it's sitting itself right there on F4 in Winner's setup. And Winner, unfortunately for Strategos, I mean to say, Winner now has a very good initiative to counterattack here with the general here, possibly on the left or right columns. And Strategos will have to look out for that. Or he's going to have to bring up some scouting pieces to see how many of these pieces he might be able to take here in the center with the Marshal, as this might turn into a very quick middle game. We will have to see how he continues this match with Winner. Once again, both time controls very similar on the clock. Both players almost down to about 4 minutes remaining on their buffer. As we do see Strategos taking here with the major. Winner going down now 2 captains, but he does know the Marshal. It's probably most likely enough compensation. I'm pretty sure that major was known, so maybe Winner was forced to make a move there since he was 2 squared. Maybe he thought he could get away with trying to bluff him as it's a colonel, but it looks like that did not quite pan out for him, as Strategos did take the risk there, and it paid off for him. As we do see, this is going to be a very intense game. That's all I can say. Very intense game. A lot of move pieces here. Lieutenant now being revealed for one of Strategos' last scouts. This Winner is going to be trying to decide how he can best continue in this game. It's going to be very difficult for both players to continue, as Strategos feels very out of position at this point with his Marshal known on F4, but Winner not sure how he might be able to counterattack, as there's not very many targets for him to hit his general into just yet, as we do see Strategos now retreating with the Marshal here in the center, maybe trying to play a more defensive game, as we do see pieces shifting to the left column now. And of course, given the way the pieces have moved, there's no telling where a good place to start guessing for flags could be. As we do see, sorry, Tony Wallace messaging me. We do see the general being revealed as I predicted from Winner taking this major in this game. Sorry, Discord talk. So he's going to be going back in with his Marshal. We do see Winner getting a nice piece there with his general there. Collecting that major is going to be very good for him, of course. And we do see some pieces coming up the center here to counterattack, of course. Winner's setup. Strategus going for a very aggressive strategy here, attacking in the center lane. As we do see the Marshal being revealed for Winner, guessing correctly on Strategus' Colonel here. Very tough take for him, as there was pretty much no risk, given that his spy could easily have been E3. He was just hoping that it wasn't going to be a scout or something, or a sergeant. So very good take here from Winner, guessing correctly on Strategus' Colonel. This could prove to be pretty decisive at this point in this game, as now Winner is up a Colonel and Major for both his captains. He has revealed his Marshal, which now allows Strategus the opportunity to possibly counterattack with his own general on the right or left column, although he will find resistance with Winner's general on B6 currently. As we do see Strategus attempting to get in position here to start taking pieces. Very nice take there from Strategus with the captain there on that sergeant, as I think Winner was hoping to find a general instead. But no, not just yet. We do see Strategus able to recapture some pieces here a little bit, trying to get as much compensation here for that colonel as he possibly can, revealing the colonel on I4 now for Winner. And as we do see that the Marshal is being threatened here on F4, could be the spy. Not likely to be the spy, but just in the off chance that it is, he's going to leave it there. Oh my gosh, because Winner is trying to force Strategus to trade here, of course. But Strategus says, I'm not interested. I'm going to do what I can to make up for this Colonel and Major deficit. Winner retreating, having seen that his plan did not work. And now he's going to be trying on the other side with possibly the real spy on E3. Strategus might just take the risk here and take anyway on E4 when it does eventually move up, I would assume. No, he doesn't just yet. He's going to try and do a couple stalling moves maybe. And he does, as we do see, Winner is now bringing in his general into the center here, now hovering above C8. Will he hit down? It could be very devastating if he does, as he doesn't really know that many move pieces. Strategus has done a very good job not moving very many pieces in this game, I feel like. Maybe just a couple on the 8th rank have moved, and that's it. As we do see now, he is activating his piece on C8 to get out while he can. General's still there. He's going to be trying to force a trade here from Strategus, now forcing him to make a decision. And it looks like Winner will get the trade that he wants, seeing that his general might be counterattacking here on B4, in which it is. Strategus now entering Winner's setup with this general, although Winner's general of his own is very close to be able to counterattack and stop this general from doing too much damage into his setup, I would assume. Maybe he has a couple bombs there. As Strategus, I don't think is quite yet to be in lotto mode, but now that he has given up the information of his general, he will have to make some attack happen here, as Winner is going to be able to cramp down in this piece here, only capturing a minor here. Not very ideal. He is worried that Strategus is starting to come into lotto mode, as he is still down 2 major pieces in this game for almost, unfortunately, no compensation. As these 2 pieces have moved, he will be able to collect 1. He will get the lieutenant. Winner now going down 2 captains and a lieutenant. Yeah, I would say Winner is definitely in control of this game after the Marshal swap. As Strategus is going to have to come up with something to be able to put Winner in a bad spot. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. Make sure you follow, hit the follow button. And we will see how the rest of this game keeps going. As Winner is able to pull his general in more and more into his setup, forcing Strategus' general away from his setup. Not able to do any more damage other than that minor and lieutenant, it would seem, which is definitely not going to be enough compensation for what has happened with his colonel and marshal in the center lane. We do see, though, that Strategus attempting to create some initiative here on the right lane, maybe with one of his pieces. And this could become a very long and drawn-out game now that all these pieces have been revealed. It'll be very interesting to see what Winner decides and how he decides to... Oh, he's going to run his captain, I believe, into a known colonel. I believe that was a known colonel. If I'm correct. I might not be correct on that. It's very disappointing there for Strategus, I'm sure. As now his material advantage on the lesser pieces is beginning to slip with that move there. He definitely cannot afford to go down any more captains or lieutenants in this game, and he does manage to lose this major there, allowing it to be trapped by nothing. I mean, the major could have moved over and possibly exchanged. I believe that's a major on G7. Would have been better than allowing it to just be taken, as there's no piece to guard it. So we do see the general coming in back on E4 to guard in the center here, as we will see that he will run his captain into a major. And with that move there, Strategus has very, very little winning chances at this point, unfortunately, I have to say, versus Winner, as I believe the general is now backing back up to B7 here, trying to create some sort of attack. But Winner's general is completely keeping his Strategus' general on this side of the board that cannot do anything. And now Winner is going to be able to slowly move up some pieces to uncover the remainder of Strategus' setup, as he has two very powerful pieces dominating the board. Strategus does still have a colonel on the board. He might be able to come in and clean up some of these pieces somehow, but it's going to be very difficult for him at this point. As we do see the lieutenant being revealed, he's going to be able to clean that up very easily with his major or colonel. He's going to opt to elect to choose his major here to clean up that lieutenant, it looks like. Oh, no, his colonel. Sorry, I had him flip-flopped. So his major's on I8. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, why would he do that? We do see Winner moving his colonel back into the center of the board to make sure nothing can escape down the center lane. And he's going to be bringing up another piece now to counterattack. And Strategus is stalling this game to a halt, shuffling his general as he doesn't really have many more moves at this point. It is all on Winner to find the flag and to end this game. Strategus is attempting to hold on as best as he can. He is going to find a bomb, possibly even the wedge, here in the center. I really hope that Winner doesn't take an unnecessary blunder and hit on G9 there. He did not, thank God, as he's now going to be moving up a minor to begin to unravel his bomb, and we might see this general start to go into lotto mode for Strategus. If Winner can guess this flag correctly, he is going to be scouting this, and it is another bomb. Thank God he didn't lotto. I called it just correctly. That wasn't a bomb. Perhaps Strategus was hoping to catch Winner out, as he knows that Winner is prone to sometimes lotto pieces he doesn't suspect to be bombs. It could very well be a bombed-in sergeant as well, guarding that flag with 4 bombs there, as we haven't seen any bombs from Strategus yet until now. With these 2 bombs, he does take his minor here. He's going to go ahead and reveal the major here to capture that lieutenant, as Winner will have to two-square this, two-square this major soon. He's activating all of his pieces on this left column. We can only assume that none of these pieces are near a flag. We now have to assume that Winner's flag has got to be on F, G, or H, most likely. And I'm sure Strategus has now learned that as well. Unless Winner is trying to do some sort of reverse bluff, making him think that his flag couldn't possibly be on D1, even though it could very well be. We do see the pieces moving in now General is coming up to stop Strategos' general from making any progress, of course, in this game. As once again, Strategos just does not have any attack here, unfortunately. He is forced to stall out this game so that Winner possibly blunders a colonel or something here. I don't see Winner doing that though, but it could happen. The only thing I can think is that maybe he could bring up a minor to threaten the possibility of D1 being his flag, forcing Winner out of position here with his general. His solo general defending, what I mean to say. But I don't think that Strategos would do that. He's going to be moving the colonel up here. And a swap, yeah. So it could be a flag still on F10. Very possible. As it could have been a bombed-in minor as well. Very likely. Well, it's not a typical strategy, but maybe Strategos is trying to mix it up versus Winner, making him think that F10 couldn't possibly be the flag at this point. As he does lose a lieutenant to that captain, but that captain will definitely be gobbled up now by the major. It'd be insane to see a corner colonel here. It doesn't matter. He's still got the colonel capture. Strategos once again, Winner not even moving his general at this point, allowing Strategos to make the general moves all by himself. As we will see now that maybe Winner has guessed another flag possibility. Nope, he's coming in with a captain that he's up. He's probably just going to keep taking until he runs into another bomb, perhaps. He's going to guess correctly, securing another minor. And he is going to hit a sergeant. Looks like it was a bombed-in sergeant and minor. Possibly. He might hit over once more, just because there's no possible way. But it was. Well, actually, it wasn't, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't bombed in. It was just kind of a weird bomb setup there. I was like, what? I thought he bombed in 2 pieces. No, he didn't. Okay. But Winner has just completely blown out this setup. The only advantage Strategos has here is that his general is seemingly guarding the side his flag is on. Winner does know 3 bombs at this point, though. And we'll be finding out what these 2 pieces here in the corner are very soon. As he does take a minor. This is probably going to be a corner bomb. It's probably not even worth hitting at this point. Could be a bluff, though, and be his flag. And it is the colonel, the corner colonel, forced him to take a captain off Winner. Not a bad play, but of course he needed to get more than that with that colonel, as Winner is unfortunately still up a colonel and 2 majors in this game. He was able to snag 1 captain off Winner, but Winner was able to gobble up so many smaller pieces over there with his captain that unfortunately it's just not going to matter, and it's looking like G1 is the most likely flag position for Winner, as he does come up with another piece, looking to maybe secure this bomb with this minor perhaps. Winner does have to be a little careful as he does get closer and closer to the left columns here of A, B, and C. The general will be able to play a more defensive role now that he is forced onto this side of the setup. And actually, it's going to be either a corner flag for Winner or he does not have a bombed-in flag. I can definitely guess that he has 2 bombs on D1 and 2 for a very defensive front, luckily, with this general, but I mean, this is insane. Draw possibility, maybe? I don't think so. I think Winner has too many pieces still that he can force a win here. So he's going to be coming in, trying to take this piece. He does find the 4th bomb now, as I think E10 has been established as the bomb. So he's going to be coming over here now with his major to make sure that this minor gets guarded. So that is the 4th bomb being revealed, as we do see on my bomb on D9 and F9. That is 4 bombs being revealed. It's looking more and more every move that D8 is a bomb as well, making this a very unusual setup for both players. As Winner not having a bombed in flag unless it's on J1. And he looks like he might be risking his major here on C10. Or his colonel, sorry. On C10. And he will, for whatever reason, not taking a spy. Winner guessing correctly on all of these pieces. Unbelievable gameplay here from Winner. Completely going into correct lotto mode, as Strategos has absolutely no chances at this point. And in this position, Strategos will resign versus Winner, as Winner has identified most likely a corner flag bomb. That is insane. Oh my god, the first move has happened. Nordstrom versus Ides of March, Game 2. Game 8, here we go. We do see takes, as Nordstrom is going to be taking, blind taking with his general. Oh my fucking goodness. A front row general for Nordstrom. Very uncommon. Blind taking a fucking major here. Oh my lord. This is fucking exhilarating. Holy shit. This is actually insane. Nordstrom revealing his general at move 6. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Ides perpetually in shock. He just doesn't know what he's going to do on the right side at this point. He's going to counterattack. And Nordstrom completely... Oh my god! Ides bluffing this as his marshal here. And it's not going to work. At least he has 3 square here, maybe. Or at least something. Yeah, okay. Alright. Whew! Jesus. Nordstrom very aggressive on the right side here this game. And we will see just how he wants to continue, as Ides is now forced to make some initiative happen on the left column, as it's presumably Nordstrom's weaker side. And we do see a second major being revealed now for Ides on... Damn it, I don't know why the coordinates can't auto-spawn. F7. And this is insane. Come on, Ides. You're only going against a 6-time world champion. You got it, buddy. Easiest match of your life. A third major now being revealed for Ides. As this might be a little bit too much information, as he will take the sergeant to get rid of that major on this left-hand side. Looking at the piece information, we do see the general being revealed and a colonel for Ides. And of course, Ides being down a full major at this point, and a captain for a lieutenant, and also being down 2 sergeants. It's not looking very good for Ides, of course, at this point. But anything can happen in a game of Stratego. Maybe Nordstrom or Pim accidentally misclicked and put his flag on C3. You never know with these types of games. And it looks like Nordstrom had nothing good there to take the sergeant. No captain or lieutenant available, as he will grab a scout as well. Not a bad sergeant there for Ides. Sorry for Nordstrom. Shit, what am I saying? Ides didn't have anything to take that sergeant. So we will see a pretty good counterattack, or just attack in general, happening from Nordstrom. Taking no time to make these moves. Only used 2 seconds of buffer this far in the game. As Ides down about 30 seconds on the clock. Unfortunately, down material, equal on information, and down on time versus one of the best players in the world. As he will reveal a colonel here, though, from Nordstrom. Now regaining the lead in terms of information. As now colonels equal 1 colonel each, and the general has been revealed already on like move 5 or 6 for Nordstrom. So this will be interesting to see how Ides tries to respond to this amount of information that's been revealed, as now a second colonel has been revealed for Ides. Taking that captain. Nordstrom in this game actually down 2 captains for 2 lieutenants. Still up the full major. His general has been sitting and resting on I6 for some time now. We will see. Nordstrom going to the tank for the first time this match, taking about 5 or 6 additional seconds there to think about what he wants to do next. We do have some spectators in this game, Eagle 06 included, and Matisse. So this is very, very good for Nordstrom, of course, as he does still have the advantage. And now revealing for his last captain, Ides' general. We will have to see if Ides can use this as enough compensation to ward off Nordstrom, or Pim's ability to do something with this information. He's down now 3 captains, which honestly isn't not good, but we are talking about Nordstrom, so I mean, maybe it's equally as good. I don't know, but we will see. Ides attempt to hide his general, I think, back on D9, which is a very interesting maneuver. See Ides. I keep getting these players mixed up, but yeah, Ides is hiding his general on D9, from what I can tell. Nordstrom slowly entering the base here. Very good read there by Ides, grabbing one of Nordstrom's sergeants. Very good play for Ides. We're going to see something happen here, as Nordstrom is technically incorrectly guessing these pieces just slightly. Or maybe he's just trying to find out as much information as he possibly can. I believe the general now back down on D9. Ides trying to mix it up as much as he possibly can. Still down 3, Nordstrom down 3 captains for the 2 lieutenants. Still up the major, as Ides has revealed now both his colonels and his general. Whereas Nordstrom has only revealed 1 colonel for the general. And now the marshal being revealed of Nordstrom, coming in here on D7, very decisive here, only capturing a lieutenant. Is that going to be enough compensation, as Nordstrom is massively threatening these 4 pieces here over on, and now capturing the general. I'm sorry, I thought it was on D9. No, just kidding, it's on C7 with no spy. This is absolutely crushing for Ides, as he is going to have to try and create some counterplay here with his marshal very quickly in the center or something, as Nordstrom has a very dominating presence on this game. And we will see, oh my god! Nordstrom blowing a colonel into that marshal, as we will see Nordstrom just absolutely throwing these pieces around. Losing the colonel there, so he's okay, colonel swap. As we do see, though, Ides still down a full general, because we have a colonel for a major for Nordstrom, down the general. And now he's just down 2 captains, and Ides is down 3 lieutenants. Still very bad position here. Marshals get traded. As now the majors become very powerful. Nordstrom does still have to be a little wary of Ides' colonel, but it should be on the right-hand side. This should be a... that general was known. Whew! Wow. Wow. Very, very intense game. To say the least. I think both players definitely... I mean, Nordstrom definitely knew what was happening in this game. I misread it. I've been trying to commentate too much, just like I do in my videos. I forgot that his general was actually here. I thought it was on D9 for some reason. But he even tricked me, you see, moving his pieces around. So I definitely would have lost this game versus Ides. But it's not looking good for Ides at this point, as Nordstrom now having a commanding lead with the general for a colonel and still up the major at this point. And Nordstrom is down the 2 captains still, but he has 3 lieutenants to show for it, and a minor, which will definitely be enough at this point to squeak out a win. I would think. As we now do see 7 people watching this game, which is awesome. On top of the 14 here live with us here on Twitch. As we do see Nordstrom trying to force Ides to make a decision here with his pieces. We do see... Do you see the spy being taken out for just the scout? It's a pretty good scout when you get the spy. It doesn't really quite matter at this point, but I do believe this is Ides' last kernel coming in here on H4, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am, given that I've lost so many pieces in this game. Oh. Wow. It looks like Nordstrom's trying to scout D10 here. Is it? I would wager to guess a bomb, but it could very well be a miner. So we will see. And I think, is that Nordstrom's general up there on J8? Or is it back over here on the left side of the board? I might have lost his general as well. Okay, so it wasn't a bomb. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. Very intense game. Trying to read the Twitch chat and everything. So he finds a major swap. Ides down to just a kernel. He's going to have to make this kernel do some damage before it inevitably gets taken or put out of this game. As it would seem that Nordstrom's general is now on E3. Because I'm pretty sure his kernel's on... Yeah, so he's going to take. Interesting decision there. As Nordstrom has the power piece on the board, the indestructible general now, of course. And all majors are off the board as well. Marshals are off, colonels are off. It's down to just Nordstrom's general. Nordstrom is down 2 captains, though, for 3 lieutenants. And he's up the miners. No sergeants left on the board. Very few pieces to bluff here with. Or to, basically anything that Ides is going to be bringing down is going to most likely be a miner at this point. As he only has the 2 captains. And Ides' last lieutenant gets swapped off the board. As he quite literally only has a scout and 2 captains and 3 miners left on this game. Nordstrom has quite a few bluff pieces left with 3 scouts remaining. And now can start to bring up miners as no bombs have been taken. We have either a corner flag or a wedge or perhaps a fake bomb in the center here. Nordstrom leaving his general on the side here. Going up the I-file. Very quickly here. Yep. This is just insane. Very good game here. So we do see the bomb takes. And is that the flag? I don't think so. He's probably going to go left here. He might just hit it. No? He'll go left here and see if he can't find something on F10. Nope, that was a moving piece as well. And now minor trade. So the bombs have become slightly obvious at this point. We can bank on a bomb on I-9 as the general now coming in to collect one of these pieces. I believe that's the general. Oh, it's a lieutenant. Okay, not bad. Well, he's going to find a captain here pretty quick. On, yeah, it says general is down there still on C3. I thought that was the case. So Ides, pretty low on pieces at this point. He's going to have to make something happen. I don't think he really has any counterplay, though, unfortunately. So, as we will see the conclusion of this match wrapping up very soon. 8 spectators from Strategus, including Tony Law, Windham, and Unseen Hero. So, good thing that Windham looks like he's available. Captain being taken, and that's gonna seal the GG there. Ides missing that general one more time, I think. He's going to try and make something happen with presumably his last captain. He only has 2 moving pieces on the board. As he lost one of his last minors just now to that lieutenant. Ides is probably taking a look at the graveyards at this point and thinking there's not a whole lot he can do to come back here. He is going to try one last thing here on ETH2. It looks like maybe D2. As Nordstrom. Oh my god. Okay. He's taking the scout there. Oh man. Found a couple bombs, it looks like. And he looks like he's going to go for some lotto chances here probably. And it hits the bomb. And that's going to be GG. Definitely Ides of March with just one minor remaining on this board. Quite insane to see. And that is in this position. Ides of March resigns to Nordstrom in this match. GG's well played. And the game has started. Windham versus Tony Law 42. As the red pieces are first to move. Tony Law digging into his buffer just a little bit. March takes very risky, yeah. Yeah, it was very risky. Yeah, well played. All right. And we will be getting into this match today. Oh, actually, it was Windham's connection. And, oh, wow. Tony Law going down to captain once again. Early in the start here to a major. Be scouting that lieutenant. Wow, Windham very aggressive with that major there. Finding himself a colonel very quickly, but he was able to grab up a captain and Louis, though, first. So not bad, given that he's able to discover the piece there. But Tony's going to get him right back with that colonel on E8. Very typical good spawn for a good piece. Finding that sergeant now, too. So Tony Law is going to be able to paint a good picture of what Windham has in the middle of his base. More captains being traded off on the front row here, as it looks like the captains will not be as big of a players in this game as perhaps the previous games. Thank you. I'll say that from now on. I'm just saying their username. We will see. Always suspect corner flag when you see a bomb there. Although Tony down 2 lieutenants as well, though. He's got to be a little careful, but he was in a similar situation versus, who did he play again? Oh, yeah, Unseen Hero. That's right. He was in a very similar situation versus Unseen Hero earlier today, where he was up like a major, but he was down, I think, a couple captains and 2 lieutenants. But he was able to use that to make some very good calls, so we will see him being more risky with another lieutenant here. A very Tony Law style here. Now down 3 lieutenants and a captain, revealing a colonel and major. Keep in mind, though, that Wallad is a very good, hopefully I'm saying his name right, I'm going to like hate myself if I'm not, is a very good tournament player. Kind of a Trollo type game, yeah. I mean, sort of. It seems like pretty standard Stratego. Stratego. More scouts being exchanged. He's just down 4 pieces here for the major. It's a little concerning, but you know, it's all G, as they say. It's cool that we're going to be finishing up round 2 already. Because after this, we will have... So after this, we need to see if Nico and Winner... Let me go and see. Okay. So we see... I saw from Nordstrom... It should be easy to beat now, yeah. Because, I mean, Nordstrom... of course, has advanced to the semis, so whoever wins this game will have to face him. And they're going to need all the help they can get, because Nordstrom's a pretty strong player. We got, Winner versus Nico in the semis as well. Winner's been playing very well today, of course, as per usual here. I've unfortunately, during my commentary, looking at a couple things here, trying to make sure things are going along smoothly. I've lost where some pieces are. Coming in with a Sergeant. Interesting trade. Okay. Interesting. I feel like Tony's just getting bleeded too hard here. I mean, he's just down. Wow. He's going to take the Lieutenant here, revealing his Marshal. We could see Wallad counterattack with the General here. Possibly. And unfortunately, Tony cannot be very risky with his Marshal whatsoever in the center here, as the spy could be anywhere. What do you think of the spy blow? From which game? Which game? Oh, yeah. I mean... Oh. Just revealed the Colonel. Man, this is going really... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you played Strategus, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was a very, very, very interesting game. Yeah. 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 Tony with a very... Oh, man, I'm just looking at these graveyards and I'm like, man, this is... I mean, I guess it's sort of even, but... He's revealed the Marsh, and, Wallad's, man, he's playing some good Stratego. He's playing some very, very straightforward Stratego here. Oh my god! General trade? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? Why was that? Oh my god. He's going to be forced to move his Marshal back. There's no way he leaves it there. There's absolutely no... He's like, what the fuck? I mean, I guess it's not likely that's a spy, but damn. Talk about calling a bluff. And it paid off for him. It's just his Marshal losing his last captain to reveal it. Marshal trade. Oh my god! G8 is like, I was going to say G8 is likely spy, but still. That's insane. Wow. So, Tony down the major, or up the major, but he's still down the two captains and the lieutenant. Down a sergeant, or no, sorry, up a sergeant and down two minors. So, very similar situation to what he was in his, his first game? Yeah, his first game. Yeah, I mean they are his bread and butter. They are his bread and butter. So Tony is going to be able to make some very interesting plays here with this setup now. But again, Wallad is a very strong tournament player, and being up well, he's down a major, but he's up two captains here. So this is super good at reading the board. Yeah. We will see. This was easily my favorite matchup of round 2 here. Just perfect. Okay, so you guys are going to be playing here in just a bit for the semis. I'm going to try and... Oh, we're not going to be able to squeeze all these games in before noon, but we're going to get very close. Takes here with the major. Nice. So, Wallad's lead is lessening little by little, and now, yeah, this is now a very even game because we just see major swap here, and that is a huge captain. Yeah, definitely. Yep. That's huge. That might be able to tip the balance back into Tony's favor as he's willing to trade as many majors as he can. That's a good information piece there for Wallad there, using his spy to figure out one of Tony's majors. You could have probably guessed that was a major, though, but it's just the spy, so whatever. It's not like it's a sergeant or something. There's a sergeant. Yeah, at this point, yeah, you probably do prefer Tony's position, even though he is down. He is still down a full captain and a full lieutenant. He's up to sergeant, and he's also down 2 minors, so it is still very tricky for him. He's not in the clear whatsoever. You got to keep in mind that he is playing this player who is very, very good at the game in general. Very good tournament player. So it's definitely yeah, it's very close. It's no cakewalk for Tony yet. He is up the major though, so that could prove to be decisive, as he's getting very risky here with this piece on B9, and we will see what he decides to do. CJS bomb in the chat. Okay, using the spy there to find the bomb. B10 moves. It does not move. It does not move. Caleb in the chat watching this tournament coverage today. Okay, so Tony's gonna have to make a decision here. Must be a bombed in Sarge. Bombed in Sarge. So bombed in Sarge C10 or A10. I would highly doubt that he would bomb in a Sarge. Never bombing things, yeah. Although he might have, just to mix it up, throw Tony off a little bit. A10. Yeah, A10. Tony really contemplating what he needs to do next. Every piece he moves at this point will be more and more easy for Wallad to figure out where his flag is. And given where his pieces came from, E1 or F1 are very likely spots. Possibly, not H1 anymore. So we do see the last lieutenant of Tony being exchanged. Now all he is down to is just his 2 majors. He's going to have to make them work. But his majors are very obvious at this point. Obviously the one already being scouted on C7, now one chasing on G3. Most likely going to be the major here. We got some guesses on an open flag. I mean, I guess. Maybe G10. You know, maybe. I would think that he would want to bomb in his flag. If I had to guess, it's gotta be D10, right? And Tony not concerned whatsoever about his flag on E1 if it's there. Tony going to be coming up with a minor of his own here. Most likely, I would assume. The captain taking... his sergeant, right? The sergeant was known. Welcome to the stream, everybody. 16 people in the chat. Feel free to hit the follow button so you never miss more Stratego content when I stream. This is the conclusion of round 2 for everyone just joining us, where we have Tony Law versus Wallad. Very decisive matches happening so far today. And yeah. So, oh man, that captain taking that sergeant, and now he's back even on the sergeants. He's still down a captain, a lieutenant, and 2 minors here. That's pretty devastating. But maybe Tony can squeak out a win here somewhere. A def corner flag. There's 2 corner flag availabilities still. D10 very likely. Is making Tony keep on his toes. The time clock's very similar situations here with Tony having a slight about 20-second advantage here. Wallad now moving forward on this piece here from H10. We got a debate on the flag situation in the comments here. Caleb thinking a corner flag. Winner thinking a open flag. I'm in between. I don't know. I mean, obviously it should either be... I would think it has to be either D10 or E10 or one of the corners at this point. I mean, it has to be. I guess possibly G10, but that would be kind of insane. This is one of May. Wow! What? Both open flags, says Rask. Tony losing another minor here is not going to cut it. He only knows one of Wallad's bombs. And it looks like he might be going for the flag here on G10. Will he lotto? He will lotto with the major, only securing a minor. That is insane. No way he hits I-10 here. Okay, good. I was going to say, no way. I think in this position, though, I think Wallad's advantage is starting to become a little bit too dominant. I'm very interested to see how Tony is going to be able to come back from this. Nikolakios in the chat, I believe it's a corner flag. Taking another risk with... dude, there's no way he hits it. There's no way he's going to have to. Because I think this is a minor, right? This is a minor coming up for E10. I mean, Wallad has just got a completely dominating presence. His last lieutenant does find a bomb on J1, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, his sergeant finding a bomb on A1 is now as well. That's 2 bombs discovered for Tony. Time clock's a little similar here. No real time pressure here. That's going to be huge for Tony, though. Reclaiming those 2 pieces might put him just back in the game. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This is insane. I'm not sure. He thinks maybe he has to get some pieces since Tony is lottoing correctly on Wallad's setup over there. On this might be a minor here. This is insane. This is a very close game here. He does find Wallad's last major here with one of his sergeants. So... Tony's still down that captain, though. So at this point, it is a major for a captain. But he is still down the minor. So it's a very close game. Finding yet another bomb. He's going to be more likely to lotto C1 here, but he chooses not to. He's found 3 of Tony's bombs at this point. So at this point, yes, it could very well be an open flag. Or it could be a bombed-in flag here on E1. I don't think... I really don't think Wallad wants to give up his last major here. Oh, man. This is such a close game. Oh, my God. Oh, man. This is insane. Okay. Tony. We do still have that captain, I believe, on A8. They're defending the flag. I think this is one of Tony's majors coming in on B4 here. As he was trying to swap just now. D1 or F1. Oh, man. Both players using a little time here. Both down to about 2 minutes of buffer. Trying to go into the tank here. Thinking about what could possibly be the right moves. Oof. Man, this is intense. This is intense. Got to remember that whatever happens over the next few moves here, either player who wins will be going to the semis to face off against Pim. So this game counts very much. Every game counts, obviously, but and this piece now moving for Wallad, giving away any suspicion of D1 or D10 being a flag, most likely. Rushing up with his minor, presumably. I think Wallad might be willing to trade majors here at this point, but we will see. He might be forced to trade here, although he's got an opportunity here. He's got D10 might be the flag. Let's see. Oh, Tony's last major being revealed here. And the majors will swap, picking up that minor on his way out the door. So now again, it's a major for a captain. I believe Wallad's captain is still at A8. So, and then Tony's major should be on C4 now. Yeah, here comes the captain coming into play here. It is like completely even. It is completely even, except for the, yeah, it's completely even. Both players only having 4 moving pieces left on this board. Somebody's going to have to guess. Defo D1, yeah. I mean, that kind of maybe confirmed D1. Just because D10 might be the flag. This is insanely close. I think that, of course, there's still 6 bombs in the board for each player. I think G8 and 9 are bombs. I think J10's a bomb. So both players know about 3 bombs. Is this a minor? No? Okay. We haven't had to do any tie breaks yet. This might be the first match of the day where we have to do a decisive duel match if these players do not commit to trying to find the flag here. Although, we will see. It could be a corner flag. Could be a corner flag. Sarge is bombed in. Winner thinking the Sarge is bombed in. That would be devastating for Wallad, of course, given that there's only 4 moving pieces left on this board for both players. This is so close. No player willing to give up any ground. Might result in a draw here. Both players basically equal on time. Tony's going to try something here. But with his major back there, his captain should be trapped on B1. I would think that so long as this isn't the sergeant, I think Tony's got a chance here if he's willing to take the risk. Yeah, it's bottom left there on B2. And the major's guarding it, so I mean, this game is completely equal. This might be decisive here if one of these players decide to strike here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Although, if this is a minor, this could be crazy. Oh! It's gotta be D1, yeah. Oh my god! This is so crazy. Somebody's gonna have to make a decision. They're progressing the game, so someone, like, basically Tony's got to say, is this a sergeant or not? Basically, is this a sergeant or not? Because if this is a sergeant, I think G4 is a minor, of course. Yep. Oh, that's devastating for Tony. Absolutely devastating. His minor was on F1. He guessed correctly. And now, yeah, that's probably gonna be enough. Yeah, minor trade. Tony, now no minors left on the board to scout some of these bombs. 2 moving pieces. And we will see takes here from Wallad, most likely. Will he just go for it? Oh my god. And in this position, Tony Law, 42, resigns to Wallad, as there is nothing left to be done here, apparently, as the flag was most likely on D1. GG's, Tony Law. Holy smokes, what a game. I knew that was going to be an intense match. We see some advancements in the center. And we will see how this game goes. Winner scouting Nico's major. Let's see. A lot of scouts being used here. Very typical of Winner. He's going to be finding the major, though, and applying pressure. Front row Colonel moment. Lotto's lunch bag. Perfect music. Captain's trade. Oh, he lottoed his Marshall. Rip. Oh my god. My cat just... You good, buddy? Cat almost just died. What? Oh. This is a very aggressive game so far already from Winner and Nico. Oh my goodness, sorry. So I'm going to try and squeak both the semifinal games before I have to go and take a break. We were supposed to take a break after Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get some logistical things going here as well. Okay, I'm back. So, pretty standard Stratego here from Winner and Nico, it looks like. Winner's going to be going down a sergeant here for that captain knowledge. And we see Winner eat into his buffer a little bit here. Yeah, I'll address that. Marshall being scouted there with the scout. That's pretty good for Nico, if I do say so myself. I'm sure Winner is very frustrated by that, as he didn't anticipate it to be scouted since he left it open like that. But nonetheless, Nico saw an opportunity and took it. Now scouting a major now too. So this is probably sending Winner into some sort of orbit here, as his Marshall and Major are now both known on the right side there. And he does have 2 square rule here. Interesting. So it looks like Winner is going to maybe try and stall the game now that his Marshall's known. I was going to say, I don't know if he wants to move his Marshall like that to the J file. Yeah, he's going to want to keep it centralized as much as possible. Interesting. Winner's considering hitting here, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably good for Winner. Because, yeah, he's up a lieutenant now. Yeah, here comes the general. I'm sure Winner's general is waiting in the wings. Looks like it's going to come down to a swap game, as they say. This Winner is perhaps getting a little frustrated. He is up the major, though. And Nico, no fear. No fear, Nico, coming in here with the general. Although there's nothing to fear, as the Marshal is off the board. Swap at best, or at worst. And if Winner's general is out of position on the left column, it may be difficult for him to dislodge this general out of the center here. Possibly even need to counterattack with his own general on the left-hand side there. I would assume that's where it's at. Or maybe he's contemplating if swapping here is beneficial for him. The problem is that Winner would be giving up his unknown general for Nico's known general, and getting basically no compensation other than the fact that the piece can no longer do damage. So I'm thinking that he's considering, is it really worth it? Although, Winner going into a huge time tank here, as he's now down 2 full minutes on the clock versus Nico here. And this could very well be his general moving over. Nico's not going to try and pursue. Wow! That's wild. I don't even know. Had that moved? I guess it had. So, Nico going to be taking the advantage back in this game just for a brief moment. Wow. It had moved? Okay. I couldn't remember. That's really tough for Winner, because now he no longer has that major advantage, of course. It's now just down to a lieutenant. He's down a lieutenant and 2 sergeants and a minor. He's down 4 minor pieces for basically only keeping his general revealed. Winner's very good in these spots, though. I'm sure he will craft a plan to figure out how to deal with Nico at this point. He's going to have to activate his colonels or something, because this is not looking good. as Nico does run into a Colonel for winner here on the Jake file here. But I'm sure that Nico might be waiting in the wings here with his Colonel on I3 now. That's good to be grabbing another captain there from winner. So his disadvantage is less severe now, but he has had to reveal a Colonel and a Major for it. The Colonel swaps there. And now we see winner desperately trying to offer an exchange here. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm sure winner is very irritated by that. But no, alas, he will grab a spy before the swap here. I think he might not have a choice here in just a moment. His winner is now going to run his general into that general. He goes in a bad position. He is down 2 captains. He still is up the loot and the two sergeants, the minor and the spy though. So it might be enough if he can keep his Colonel anonymous for just. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's. Oh, okay. Scott's being exchanged there. Yeah, that's pretty rough there. Pretty rough there for Nico. Unfortunately, losing that Major there. Going to be collecting that spy now as well. Winner revealing his last Colonel for it. Now, still down to 2 sergeants and a lieutenant, but he's up 2 captains and a major now. So this is going to be tough for Nico to come back. He now has scouted his remaining Colonel as well. Yeah, this is probably going to be pretty decisive for winner at this point, but you never know. Maybe the problem with Nico is he's got his Colonel known there on E3. He's got a piece there on J8, but it's not going to be able to do a whole lot now. Or G8, sorry, not J8. He's got a lot of there with his last Colonel, or last Major. That piece definitely hadn't moved yet. And Winner's going to try to get his Colonel activated here. Try to move into the center here. As it looks like Winner... Oh! Nico slamming that last Major into that bomb there. And that's definitely going to seal the game. No questions asked at this point. Is he's now going to Lotto Captain successfully. I don't know if I'd hit F10. That seems like another bomb to me. So Winner does know 2 bombs. Or Nico knows 2 bombs now. So he's getting a little bit lucky with the Lottos here. But that's all he has left. I don't think Winner would have let him get over there if his flag was over there. He's going to grab the lieutenant. He's probably going to find himself a bomb now. No, another captain! I would probably just let the swap happen at this point. I mean, even though he's down 2 majors. I mean, you're not going to find the flag. There's no way. I mean, at this point, you're best to just let the Colonel get traded. And now at least you're up 2 loots, 3 sergeants. Yeah, but he's going to find that bomb, and that's going to be GG. Yeah, trade down for sure. He does know 3 of his Winner's bombs, but at this point it's not going to matter as he's up 3 power pieces. There's absolutely nothing that Nico can do in this position to come back. And in this position, Nikolakios will resign versus Winner. Wallad, very risky here with his major. Getting a lot of pieces here versus Nordstrom. With that major there. Excuse me. Scouting Nordstrom's kernel. This is a really rough start for Pim. Getting a little unlucky here. Lieutenant. Major. Wow. This is, wow. Wow. Wallad now trading successfully another major. That's insane. Wallad being up now a full lieutenant and three sergeants, and a minor. Down a scout. Whoa. That is crazy. What's up, Celtic? How you doing, bro? Oh, to answer your question, Caleb, yes. Nico was able to beat Josh in round 2. Josh had a really rough game. He lottoed a couple times and was unsuccessful. All right. Wallad's going to find Nordstrom's Marshal over here on F7. Going to use a captain on it. It's pretty decent information to get just for a captain. So we will see how this game continues. There's a lot of scouts getting traded off and used. Wow. Nordstrom completely wrecking through the center here with Marsh, Jin, and a major. Both kernels still hidden for both players from what I understand. It's very tough for Nordstrom to maneuver in the center, though, now that he's put his Marshal so deep. I see. Let me... Marshal takes. Captain. Wow. Good guess. I mean, E2 is not likely to be a spy, so... Captain takes. Major takes. Interesting. Wow. Very intense game. Wallad's also down 40 seconds on the clock. If we're looking at the peace situation, at this point, Nordstrom is only down a lieutenant, and he's still down to lieutenant and 3 sergeants, though. So that is concerning. And he has revealed his general. Is that a car? Oh. Yeah. Let's see what this is. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Interesting. Wow. Man. Nordstrom taking some risks here in this match, I feel like. I guess it's not likely the spy is on H2, but I mean, at some point, where is the spy? You know what I mean? Maybe over there on A, B, or C3, whatever. A lot of Laras's lunch bag. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm sorry. To be honest, I've kind of forgotten where a lot of the pieces are. All I know is the Marshal's on F7. And I don't think Wallad has revealed his... Oh, there's the gen. Oh, man. Enjoy your 21 points. The salt. The salt on the steak. I have no room to talk, though. I get really salty. Well, both players in a very similar time situation, as they have both used about a minute and a half of their buffer. Yep. Got to put those bombs in the front row. I'm going to start putting 3 of them up there. And then put the other 3 on the lanes. Wallad taking a lot of time here to make a move, or he might be having connection issues. I hope he's not having connection issues. That'd really suck. Nope, no connection issues. What's going on, Jacob? How you doing, bro? Really? Zach 21? I bet he's upset about that. He probably lost a lot of elo too, like 25 points probably. What? Wallad reveals his marshal for the general. Holy smokes, how did I miss that? Dude. Dude, what? I'm trying to understand Pim here. So, Pim has a colonel. And Wallad has a general up there on IS-7. Oh, this is not good. Because Pim is still down 3 sergeants and a minor. That's insane. He's going to make him guess? Is that what this is? Oh, just a sergeant. At least, I mean, he's getting back what he lost, I guess. He's still down a whole general, though. That's so rough. Oh, he just lost his sergeant again. Looks like Pim is thinking about going lotto mode here. Wow! And in that position, Nordstrom resigns versus Wallad. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Nordstrom GG's. All right, here we go. Nordstrom red versus Nikolakios blue. This is for the bronze match. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted, sorry. Alright, so Nordstrom's being a little risky with the minor here. It's getting revealed there. Huh. So he's revealed his general and colonel pretty quickly. And now Marshall. Wow. Marshall's revealed. This is a weird game. Sorry, I am a little bit distracted. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't be on my phone doing this. Just a little flustered is all. Married people get you? Yeah, probably. Well, I just... Wow, that's a really good capture there for Nordstrom. It's just a constant battle of trying to be understanding and... Yeah, etc., etc., etc. So I just need to move on. Well, Nico's down 40 seconds on the clock, but... I don't think that's going to matter too much. It's a fairly even game so far, it looks like. Both marshals have been revealed, both generals are off the board. Each have revealed a colonel, I believe. Or, I don't know if he did reveal his marshal, Nico, or not. But he is down a lieutenant, so it can kind of suck, probably. Took that minor. He's going to move back with that colonel, looks like. He's back in it, yeah. Marshall trade. Yeah, he does. He's just down that mine. Picked up that lieutenant. Pretty freely was able to pick up that lieutenant, obviously. Oh, man. He's taking that bomb, looks like. Yeah. Shouldn't trade Kono. Sergeant. Shouldn't trade Konos. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Unseen hero. Mine. Carnal trade. This is pretty good for Nordstrom, I'd say. So Nordstrom is now up lieutenant. So he's able to pick off that minor really quick as well. Now he won't be down a minor anymore. With a major, little risk there. He will be able to climb out of that hole before the Carnold. Every piece is vital. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So now... Major trade. Now. You can see that Nordstrom's going to attempt to come up here with some more pieces. And keep pestering Nico's setup here. Yep. Field Nordstrom's last major there on what, J8. It's going to be pretty tough now for, because now Nico's down a lieutenant and a sergeant. But Nordstrom might have to spend some more pieces to find his last major. So, probably could have been worse for him. But we'll see. We shall see. There's his last major. Didn't have to spend a sergeant on it, so that's pretty good. Now, gonna have to find out where the old Carnold is. Nico, over a minute and a half down on the clock. And he runs right into Nordstrom's Colonel there. It's pretty devastating there for him. He's going to be going down that major at this point in the game. It's going to be pretty tough for Nico to come back from that now. So we do see the infamous bomb on I3 returning here, it looks like. Oh, nope, no bomb. Just kidding. He will recruit that lieutenant back. So now Nordstrom is up a major and a sergeant. And that's all, but that's a pretty big lead in this type of game. And in this position, Nikolakios resigns to Nordstrom in this position. So, shit. All right, here we go. Finals, Silverhammer Blitz 1. Winner red versus Wallad blue. Keep saying his name wrong. I can't believe I said his name wrong the whole stream and no one corrected me. I also don't know how to read apparently. So anyways. All right. Winner starting with the front row major in the finals here. It's going to be very... Now, Wallad did tell me he did take a shot before he started this game, so he will be even more sharp than usual. He will most likely collect this major here and find the Marshal. This is going to be a very quick match if it keeps going this way. Swapping a Colonel for a major for the Marshal is never bad, I feel like. So... And Captain takes there. Depending on how fast this game goes, we might be able to do the bronze match before I have to leave. And Wallad with the major on A9, collecting that captain back. So it's a Colonel for a major, and then a thing for a thing. He's got two majors there. Okay. Marshal's been revealed on I4. Whew. Shoutcasting Stratego all day. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Did I... Wait. Oh, I misspelled winner's name wrong. Rip. Rip. Sorry about it. There you go. There you go, buddy. Sorry about that. Sorry about it. A lot of scouts being exchanged. Oh boy. Yeah. I need a lot of that clown music. Yeah, they're both out of the stream. Alright. Well, I feel like this is going to be a slow game now because so much has been revealed already. General! Wow. Wallad having to reveal his general on B8. He's got two majors and a general over there. His general's going to be coming down. Winner's going to be forced to bring his marshal back to that side of the board. General swap Very interesting course of action here. I did not think this is how this finals would go. I don't know who that's better for, because Winner didn't have a known general, so now Winner's kind of in this weird spot where his marshal is known. They're on G4. He's going to have to play around this. He's definitely going to need to get his colonels involved at this point. Sergeant's trade. Interesting. I think Winner might be a little scared here. I would be. It's a very risky take here. Oh, I thought that was his marshal still on F4, right? So looking at the graveyard, we have a colonel for a major still. Winner is down a captain at this point. Colonel's been revealed. The final colonel for Wallad has been confirmed here. Wallad. I said his name wrong again. Wallad. Bro. We should have a couple majors over there on the left side for Wallad. Winner. This marshal on E5 ready to spring into action. He's got to be worried about that spy, though. At this point, I'm sure Winner would love to see an exchange of marshals. That's a little unfortunate for Winner there. Losing another sergeant to a captain. Maybe he was hoping to find... I don't know what he was trying to hope for there, actually. He already knew the other colonel. So, captain's coming up here. So, I'm sure this has got to be a trash piece. Yeah, and Winner knows it. Doesn't want to reveal a major or something for it. For what could be possibly just a scout. Well, it wouldn't be a scout. He would have always scouted it, I guess. But maybe it's a sergeant, I guess. I don't know. Minor. Yeah, could have called that one. Wait. Did Winner just blind hit? Oh my gosh. He blind hit his spy into that minor. Wow. That's going to be pretty bad. Because now Wallad's marshal just became infinitely stronger because spy's gone and marshal E5. I mean, he can come up with a surprise attack and just clean up some of the board. Winner's going to need to try his best to find this marshal and quickly. And hope to keep the marshal in a part of the board where he can deflect this pretty quick. Might be a good scout here for Winner. It is just a minor, though. Wallad with another bluff. And that's got to send Winner over the edge at this point. Got to keep in mind, Winner is a colonel for a major. Or he's up a colonel for the major. Down a captain and a sergeant, and now a scout and a spy with his marshal known. He is definitely not in any good position here whatsoever. So Wallad's position is relatively concealed. All he knows is, I think, one or two majors, tops. Maybe that captain. He's got to remember all these pieces and where they're going. He's making a huge risk here with this piece here on C8. Keep in mind, this is the finals. Whoever wins this game will be the crowned champion of the first Silverhammer Blitz Open. And so far, it's looking like it could very well be Wallad taking this one down. But Winner is never down and out. Winner is never down and out. So he's gonna go ahead and take here, and it might pay off for him to get that captain back. But he will go ahead and reveal the marshal for that major. Winner now down 2 majors. As both players have used about roughly a minute on the clock, with Wallad quite a bit more time on the clock. And of course, Winner can't go too crazy with the marshal just yet, as the spy is still unknown. Dude, get out of here, Ides. Get out of here. Get out of here. Hail to the chief, this guy. Alright. So I would very much assume that Wallad's going to want to get his marshal more involved in this game at this point. And we do see Winner picking up a scout there. But this marshal has nothing to fear. He can collect one of these 2 pieces, as I'm sure C3 has moved. Although maybe he's thinking that it didn't move now. Because it does look like a bomb. Heck, I can't even remember if it's moved. Winner might be stalling here to try and make him hit it if it is a bomb. That'd be pretty devastating for Wallad if he fell for that trap if it is a bomb. Welcome to the stream, everybody. You're watching the live coverage, and that's exactly what Winner's going to be doing here. He's going to take anyway, forcing the exchange. It moved? Yeah, I thought it did move. So he's going to be going up another lieutenant. Keep in mind, Winner still a colonel for 2 majors here, down a lieutenant and a sergeant, and the spy. Of course, the spy doesn't really matter at this point. If you are watching, feel free to say hi in the chat and drop yourself a follow on the channel. Be much appreciated. Yeah, there's a lot of cool people in here. But of course, Wallad in what can only be described as the superior position with this particular board. Winner needs to make something happen with his colonels here, or it's going to be very bad for him if Wallad is able to shut down his get a trade on here. If Winner allows a trade of colonels here, it's going to be pretty dastardly for him, I would have to think. So we'll see what Winner allows here. This is a very tough game, very very close game. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's also down a scout, which is, it's not that much, but the only thing Winner has going for him is he does have about a actually Winner is down on the clock too. I'm just kidding. So he should know where 1 or 2 of Wallad's majors are on the left side. They were revealed earlier in the game. If they had been forgotten, that might be the only thing that he would have been able to use to get the advantage here, which would be kind of a shame. But he's taking a risk here on F5. Got to keep in mind that Wallad's remaining colonel is still out there. So we're going to see a swap of majors here. Winner now down to 0 majors. Winner is by no means down and out of this game, but I think I would prefer to have the blue pieces here, maybe just slightly. So try to keep in mind that Winner plays pretty unpredictable. He'll have an open flag one time. At least he's going to pick up that spy, which is good. And I would be shocked to see Wallad have 3 bombs on H7, I8, and J9, but it could very well be possible. It's the way it's being painted to be. Just going to discover that major there on E8. I swear one of these majors has already been discovered, but I could be wrong. As I would assume, okay, Winner's doing a good job of bleeding Wallad of his scouting, the remaining scouting pieces. As he's really not trying to give up the information on his last colonel. I think his colonel's there on I7 if I'm correct, but I could be wrong on that one. Wow. This is really crazy game here. I'm sorry. This is a very tasty finals, as we will say. Which I don't. The only thing I don't know why is it moved the finals there, but whatever. It's gonna reveal one of Winner's Colonels on B8 with his last scout. We got Eagle06 in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Very interesting game indeed. That might be all Wallad needed. And you got to keep in mind, Wallad, at this point, nearly 2 minutes up on the clock, which is going to prove to probably be slightly decisive. No players have scouts remaining, but he got his last scout to snag that colonel there on B8. And now we will see how Winner can perhaps use his other colonel to maybe get something going. And yep, it's definitely known now. What did he grab for it? Was it just a sergeant? I think it was just a sergeant. Yeah, so this... Yeah, so both colonels are known now. F4 and B8. Yeah, I know. It's a very good tournament. This is most likely... Oh, a captain. Wow, very risky there. So looking at the situation, I mean, we're still looking at a... this is rough. This is really, really rough for Winner. Or I guess for both players. I mean, I don't know. I maybe still prefer to be blue here slightly. I don't know. He is down two minors, though. So Winner's down to lieutenant, but he's up 2 minors. He's down 2 majors, up a colonel. So it's very, very slightly even. The only problem is I don't think we know Wallad's last colonel. It's going to make something happen here. Could very well see an exchange here. Yep. So F4, last high piece on the board. But Wallad's colonels or majors are going to be able to come very active in this game. Yeah. I forgot that they had exposed it there on C7. But I'm pretty bad at memorizing pieces. Or remembering where they move. The Winner down to 1.5 minutes on the clock. Wallad 2 minutes up. 2 minutes on the clock advantage. That's huge. Winner is just running out of time and pieces. He's gonna have to make something happen though. He might be going in for a trade here. May very well be going in for a trade. So he's moved his colonel to G4 now. As he's going to be trying to chase that blue piece on I4 with the colonel. So he will be able to trap it for now. Which is, it looks like that's what he wanted to do. Yeah, it is. Definitely. It looks like Winner might be getting scared here, though. Pulling his colonel back. Is there a tournament countdown timer? No. Nope, there is not. By the way, feel free to follow if anybody is here for the first time. You should definitely do that. We might not be able to get to the bronze match before I have to go get my kids. In fact, we definitely won't because I got to be there in 29 minutes. Yeah. He's moving that piece back up. It's got to be one of his majors there in G4. J4. See, I've already lost this kernel because I was looking at the chat. Looked at the chat. This kernel's got to be like right one of these two, right? Or I think it's this one. Gotta be one of those two. Interesting. Winner down to just 1 minute and 18 seconds of buffer. Well, it still has the 2-minute time clock advantage here. Could be a miner coming in here. Yep. So Winner was trying to make something happen there with one of his miners. Couldn't quite get the bluff through. But he did prove that the wedge is not there on E10. So maybe C10 could possibly be a bombed-in flag. I would think that for a finals match you would probably want to have a bombed-in flag, but it's just statistically more safe, I would think. You know, prevent against lotto chances. But we'll see. We will see. Tough. Very tough. See, the problem here is that Winner's only got the one kernel. So you can't force a whole lot here, unfortunately. Excuse me. I feel like technically here. This match has been going for 20 minutes now. Very, very, very good match. Wow. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh, man. Yeah, so Winner is kind of just resorted to shuffling a little bit here, as he doesn't really have many moves. So the first tie break is, if this ends up being a tie, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 moving pieces for Winner currently, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moving pieces for Wallad. So that will be the first tie break that Wallad would technically win the game based on that tie break alone. as per the rules of the tournament. And yeah, they take a risk there. So captures happen. And, well, swap out a lieutenant for a captain. So now Winner's down 2 lieutenants, but he is up a captain. Down 2 majors still, and up a minor. So some progress has been made towards a conclusion. All right, lieutenants trade. Winner now down to 7 moving pieces to Wallad's 8. Not sure what Winner's plan is here at this point, but he's going to try and make something happen here for sure. Looks like one of those pieces may be trapped. Can't remember what that is. Trade, maybe? Yeah, trade. Okay. So that's his colonel, obviously. This is very close. This is a very, 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 very close game. Yep. More pieces are coming up. It's looking more and more like C10 is a likely possibility for a flag here on G1. Looks like he's going to maybe even I1, I guess. So he might have bluffed him with the minor here. Might be his last captain. It is. Wow, that's going to be huge for... Who in the heck is driving up the driveway? Oh, man. Okay. Oh, I completely missed that. But he did gather the lieutenant. Yep. So here comes the minor. So he does have an open flag, or it's I1. It looks like he's going into lotto mode here. As Winner will grab the flag. Wow. Yeah. Wow. And Winner is going to take the finals here. In a very decisive match. Winner will take number 1 here. GG's.